Bread is a wonderful food. It has been with us for a very long time. People have baked bread for centuries. It connects us to the past. Bread is a symbol of life and nourishment. From simple flatbreads to elaborate sourdoughs, bread comes in many forms. Every culture has its own special bread recipes. Bread brings people together. It is perfect for sharing with loved ones. Making bread is like magic. It's a process that transforms the simplest of ingredients into something extraordinary, something that nourishes both the body and the soul. You start with simple ingredients: flour, water, yeast, and salt. Each one may seem ordinary on its own, but together they hold the potential for something remarkable. Then, through careful preparation and a bit of patience, you transform them into something delicious, something that brings people together. Flour is the most important ingredient. It's the foundation of bread, providing the structure and texture that we all love. It gives structure to the bread, allowing it to hold its shape and rise beautifully in the oven. Water brings the flour together to form dough. It's the element that binds everything, creating the elasticity needed for kneading. Yeast is a living thing, a tiny organism that breathes life into the dough. It's what makes the bread rise, giving it that soft, airy texture. It makes the bread rise and become fluffy. Salt, on the other hand, adds flavor and balances the sweetness of the yeast. It also controls the yeast, ensuring the dough doesn't rise too quickly or unevenly. Each ingredient has a special role, and together they create a perfect harmony of taste, texture, and aroma. When combined in the right way, they create something amazing. A loaf of bread that's more than just food, it's an experience. The process of baking is just as important as the ingredients. It's where science meets art, and the magic truly happens. Let's bake a simple loaf of bread. It's a rewarding process that fills your home with the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread. Plus, it's easier than you might think. To start, warm some water. This step is crucial because the water activates the yeast, which is the magic ingredient that makes the bread rise. The water should feel warm to the touch, like a gentle bath. If it's too hot, it can kill the yeast, so be careful. Add a teaspoon of sugar to the water. The sugar acts as food for the yeast, helping it to activate and grow. Sprinkle some yeast on top of the water. Watch as the granules begin to dissolve and work their magic. Let the mixture sit for a few minutes. This resting period allows the yeast to activate fully. Soon you'll notice bubbles forming on the surface. This is a sign that the yeast is alive and active, ready to do its job. In a large bowl, mix together flour and salt. The salt adds flavor to the bread and helps control the yeast's activity. Make a well in the center of the flour mixture and pour in the yeast mixture. This step ensures even mixing. Slowly mix everything together. As the ingredients combine, you'll see the dough start to form. Keep mixing until it all comes together. Sprinkle some flour on your countertop to prevent the dough from sticking while you knead it. Knead the dough for about 10 minutes. This process might feel like a workout, but it's essential for developing the gluten structure. As you knead, you'll notice the dough becoming smooth and elastic. This elasticity is what gives the bread its wonderful texture. Once the dough is ready, shape it into a loaf and place it in a greased loaf pan. This will help it rise evenly. Cover the pan and let the dough rise in a warm place for about an hour. This is when the yeast works its magic, making the dough expand. After an hour, the dough should have doubled in size. This is a good sign that it's ready to bake. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Bake the loaf for 30 to 35 minutes. The bread is ready when it sounds hollow when tapped on the bottom. Slice it up and enjoy the fruits of your labor. A simple, delicious loaf of bread. There are a few tricks to help you bake better bread. It all starts with understanding the basics of kneading and proofing, two essential steps that can make or break your loaf. Kneading and proofing are very important. They are the foundation of creating bread with the perfect texture and flavor. Kneading is like giving the dough a workout. By pressing, folding, and stretching, you're helping the dough come to life. It helps to develop the gluten strands, which are crucial for the structure of the bread. Think of gluten as the framework that holds everything together. These strands create a network that traps air bubbles, making the bread light and airy. Without this network, your bread would be dense and heavy. Proofing is the time when the dough rests and rises. It's a magical process where the dough transforms, becoming soft and pillowy. The yeast is hard at work during this time. It's a tiny organism with a big job, turning sugars into carbon dioxide and alcohol. It ferments the sugars in the dough, producing carbon dioxide. This gas is what creates those beautiful air pockets in your bread. These gas bubbles are what make the bread rise. Watching the dough double in size is one of the most satisfying parts of bread making. Remember, baking is a journey. Each loaf you make teaches you something new. So embrace the process. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try different techniques, shapes, and flavors to make your bread unique. And most importantly, have fun. Baking is not just about the end result. It's about the joy of creating something with your own hands. The smell of freshly baked bread is one of life's simple pleasures. It's a reward for all the effort you've put in. It brings warmth and joy to your home. So roll up your sleeves and let the magic of bread making fill your kitchen.